Alright guys, so right now it's a different video. So I wanted to react to this video by Karsten Runkrist. Basically he saw cats. The video title, I saw cats so you don't have to. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But I wanted to watch it. I mean, it has everyone. Besides from the fact that it has everyone, it just looks like a good Disney film that would make me feel like a child again. You know what I mean? But I want to see what his reaction to it, because I like to see people reaction to the film. Like if I haven't watched it yet, I like to see their reactions, and I like to see spoilers of the whatever they watch, and then watch it. I'm fine with seeing spoilers before watching whatever I'm planning on watching, whatever the spoilers are about. I'm fine with that. So we better we gotta thank him and congratulate him for watching Cats for us. So let's go.
I've had the following interaction way too many times these past few months.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you. You excited for Cats? It looks really bad.
You know what? I'll say it. I don't think it looks that bad. I think it'll be pretty fun.
Okay. Who invited this guy?
There was a lot of me that knew this would be horrendous, but yes, there was a bit of me that had hope for this film. A little bit of hope that maybe it was so bizarre it'd reach a level of surrealism, maybe something we haven't seen before in film. Something
that kind of how it is.
Unironically kind of
when you know something gonna be so weird, but you still want to watch it just to see if it's gonna make you, you know,
I want to preface this
just
by
see if
saying
you're gonna like it anyways.
Musical. I never listened to the music. To be honest, I have no idea what this story is about. And I gotta say, the beautiful thing is, I still don't. There's a lot of music in this thing. I know it's a musical, but goddamn, it is 98% music. And honestly, thank God, anytime there wasn't, it got real weird and real boring real fast. I'm just saying this because if you do decide to go to it, I need you to understand it is really just a bunch of cat people dancing or moving for about 2 hours. But okay, before I go any further, I do want to say this movie isn't like a 0 out of 5. It's by no means the worst thing in the world. In fact, there's a lot of talent going on. For one, I thought the cinematography was kind of cool. The colors and lighting were interesting to me, and the choice to go handheld worked really well. On top of that, the choreography in some scenes was pretty well done. Nothing to write home about, but the dancers are definitely talented. Jason Derulo, who we'll get into in a bit, but if you were to ask me to recite any of them, I wouldn't be able to do it. But other than that, let's get into this. You got Francesca Hayward as the main cat. Couldn't tell you the cat's name. Apparently it's Victoria. She just kind of wanders around and sometimes she sings. She basically popped up in the beginning and all the cats were like really sketched out by her. But like, guys, why does it matter? If she's also a cat, what is she gonna do? You have Robert Fairchild, the most theater kid name possible, and he plays Monkestra. His character just kind of came and went. I was like, oh, he's the leader cat, and then he didn't really show up for a lot of the movie. And besides those two, pretty much every other character is horned up out of their minds. I mean, these cats want to have some sex, plain and simple. I don't know why, but anytime they rub their heads together, it feels so intimate and uncomfortable. There's like 2 moments where you think 2 cats are gonna kiss, and let me tell you, it made me so uncomfortable I almost had to shut my eyes. Moving on, we have Rebel Wilson as House Cat, I think. She gets on a table and tears off her clothes, which is weirdly disturbing and also horribly animated. In that same scene, there's also a bunch of dancing cockroaches under the table who have human faces, but it looks like George Lopez from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's really not a well-animated film for as much as it feels like it should be. There's a scene much later in the film with the magician cat where I was watching his hands because they lacked a lot of makeup, making it feel super weird that a cat just had normal human hands. But anyways, my point is while I was watching him, I noticed the fur on his wrist shake a little and glitch, which means the rotoscoping in the VFX department needed some tweaking. I mean, this is stuff I see in class projects, not in films with a budget of $95 million. It just all looked insanely rushed. But back to this scene, Jason Derulo comes out of nowhere and he is like really horny. He's running around and dancing in a sexual way the whole time. He's got a coat on but no pants, and I gotta tell you, that's never something you want to see. He does this weird face that I'm sure you all saw in the trailer. Again though, with a voice like that, you know what, we'll let it slide. After that, the film really slows down quite a bit. Jennifer Hudson cat keeps showing up to cry and then crawl away. We'll get back to her eventually. We have Gus the theater cat, who I just genuinely don't know what his deal was. If you can't tell, this is how most of the movie went. It's like you're not lost. Every scene you're kind of like, okay, the cats are in this location. One of them seems kind of sad. That's all I really need to know, I guess. But you never really know what's happening. You never really know what the story is here. But anyways, let's cut to the chase. At some point, Taylor Swift comes out of the sky in a moon and starts spraying what I think is catnip all over the place, and the cats start passing out. Then she starts singing about Idris Elba's cat, McCavity. Again, don't really know her purpose in this film other than to get people to see the film. She really just feels like his hype man. And after that, they kind of just magically appear on a boat. They literally just poof. That's a part of the film I still don't understand. Idris Elba can just poof wherever he wants just because he has green eyes. I don't get it. Eventually, Jennifer Hudson shows up again and starts crying, but this time she's like really crying. She really starts acting her heart out, which only made me think, did she really think she was gonna get an Oscar for this? But eventually she just cries and sings her way into a hot air balloon and flies away. Idris Elba tries hanging onto the balloon and then falls not to his death, but on top of a statue for some reason. And then as the grand finale, Judi Dench, who plays, I'm assuming, the queen cat, I genuinely don't know at this point, starts talking to the audience about how to talk to cats and how to think about the cats in your life. She's all like, humans and cats aren't too different. And that's the movie. I guess when I write it out, it kind of feels like a story happened, but did it though? This thing really just feels like, oh, hey, we got some cats in an alley, and now, hey, would you look at that? We got some cats in the kitchen. Oh, you're never gonna believe this. The cats, they're on a boat. And it just kind of does that for 2 hours. Cats essentially doesn't feel like a movie. Not because of the music, but just because I don't feel like I watched anything. It felt like a nightmare, but not in a necessarily terrifying way. It just felt like a dream I didn't want to have. Eventually, I was just like, let's wrap things up. I'm not gonna say don't see Cats, because it's quite the shit show to watch, especially in a theater, although I will say the sound mixing in my theater kind of sucked. But don't expect anything good. That's all I really have to say. Thanks for watching. Check out Cats and form your own opinion, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bruh. Like, yeah, I know that Cats is gonna be, it's gonna be not so great. It's just cats, singing and dancing. And it looks weird, but it's part, like he said, there's a part of you that still wants to watch it just to see if you like it. There's a lot of films that you watch and you thought were weird, but when you watched it, it was lit. Narnia, The Chronicles of Narnia. I thought it was weird. Like, what is that? When I watched it, I loved it. Harry Potter, I thought it was weird as hell. Why does the dude have a scar on his face? No, I love this guy since more than a decade. A lot of weird things. If you weren't to give them a chance, you will be missing out. So that's why I want to kind of still watch Cats on my own. Because, some weird things, if you were just to say no, point blank period, you'll be missing out on a great deal. There's a lot of weird things that when you actually give it a chance, you find out that you like it. It may surprise you. So I might still watch Cats. But thank you, and I appreciate you for watching it too. Karsten Ronkis, I hope I'm saying it right. But thanks, I guess. Thanks. And yeah, that was my reaction to it. And bye, guys.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta.